The number one question I always get about celebrities is, and working for celebrities, is what do they like? Okay, quick chat to set the stage for today's video. It is something that I knew I was gonna have to tackle early on, so core to my story, a huge part of my journey. I was in a world that was completely rare and exclusive air in a way. Very few people really get to see from the inside what I got to see. I was at the pinnacle of my career. I had dream job, dream title, great money, a lot of responsibility, the opportunity, the privilege, and the honor to work with incredibly high profile, talented people, big names, celebrities, Hollywood, big deals, and really getting an inside look what that world is like in terms of the perks and the bells and the whistles, the private jets and VIP access and privileges, and you feel elite. And it is elite, a very shiny penny from the outside. I am going to tell you the truth about what it's like from the inside. My story, my personal experience, the highs and the lows, how I got there, what I was doing there, and why I left it all behind for a completely different life. But it was a huge risk. I can't wait to tell you everything about why I did it and what both sides look like, and you're gonna get to watch the journey firsthand to see if it works out for me, because if this is something that you've ever craved, either end of it, either leaving it all behind or trying to get everything that I had, I will fill you in. I do have to make a little disclaimer. If you are hoping for dirt, name dropping, personal or confidential information, scandalous footage or details, you are not going to get any of that. So I want to set your expectations now. I am going to do this in a really high level, high integrity way. It's the only way that I would be even willing to talk about it. Plus, I'm building my career on my name, and I'm building a platform on my name. That's the whole point. I want the new wealth. I want what I see as a life of true privilege and fulfillment and happiness. I'm not looking to build on the past, on anyone else's brand or anyone else's brand equity, but I am gonna give you the tea. So stick around and we'll have some fun. Okay, let's get going. So this is a mecca for mountain bikers. 10 things I loved. Here are the highs of working in a fast-paced, celebrity, high net worth, high profile environment where it's all happening. Number one, access. There are few people who won't return your call, respond to your email, agree to a meeting. You just get access to almost anyone you want. Doors open easily. The sky is the limit in a way. Whatever you can dream up, it's pure possibility and potential. And the reality is that, let's face it, in most jobs, for most people, you spend a little bit of your day every day being a bit of a schmuck, right? Not getting through to people, people not wanting to buy whatever you're selling or do whatever you want them to do. A little bit of quiet desperation is part of every day, and membership has its privileges. Number two, power. Power everything. Power deals, opportunities, people. It's a buzz. Number three, VIP treatment. People do treat you differently. They will do more for you, bend over backwards for you because of who you work for and because whoever you work for is important to them, so you're important. Number four, being on the inside. Even just to be a fly on the wall, let alone to be able to negotiate, be at the table, be in the room, be in the deal, be on the email chain, doing big things with important people who are movers and shakers and who are hyper successful and interesting and impressive, and that's a big perk. Next, being important to someone important. That is a bit of an ego stroke. But remember that you're important to someone who's important. You're not necessarily important on your own. Without that person, you become less important. It's just a reality. Next, swag and merch. You get gifted a bunch of shit. You get stuff. People send you stuff. They want to get stuff to the person that you work with or for, so you get free things. Lovely. Next, luxury lifestyle. Things are done on a different level. First class, everything from the office to what's stocked in the fridge to what company retreats and meetings, outings, trips, and everything is first class. You just feel like you're living a luxe lifestyle, not funded by you. You're contributing to the overall pie, but you are living definitely the luxe lifestyle, and that is a perk, big one. Traveling in style. It is a huge convenience to travel private. You rock up and park very shortly before the flight. There is no stress, pressure, sliding departures and arrival times. So if the group is running late, then so be it. It's cool. Not crowded and no security and there's no lines. And then you get on the plane and you go. It is so beautifully efficient and convenient. All of the hassle and stress of traveling is gone. And then you can actually get stuff done on the flight because you can spread out and have space. You get waited on, and snacks and drinks and good food, and you don't have to wait in line for the bathroom, and the bathroom's not gross, and the bathroom's actually stocked with all of these amenities. Very nice. And then it's a who's who environment. There's just interesting, important, powerful people lurking around all the time. They're part of the network deals, they're part of the meetings. So you never know who you're going to see on any given day, any given conference call or Zoom. You just never know who's going to show up, and that is cool. And then finally, everything I learned and experienced, it was such an incredible adventure, once in a lifetime experience. There we go, we're at the end of the lift, so I have to wrap it up. All right, I'm here at the top of the mountain. I'm gonna show you a little bit of the view down to the village and the landscape. I mean, it's spectacular. So 10 things that I did not love. All right, so what are the lows? Number one, being owned. You are ultimately the help. I don't care what anyone says, you are the help. Glorified at different levels, sometimes a very senior level of help. Your time is not your own. Number two, don't kid yourself about any loyalty. As soon as you're not useful, needed, there's any kind of conflict whatsoever with their own interests, you're gonna be gone. It'll be quick and sometimes very unceremonious. Number three, unpredictability. Their lives are very unpredictable, can be quite chaotic. Things come up all the time. You're constantly fighting fires, schedule changes, so you have to stay on your toes. If you have the kind of personal life that isn't conducive to that, then it's highly unlikely to ever work. Not that you're gonna be used 24/7, but it is gonna be very unpredictable, and that's just life. Number four, egos are everywhere. And it's not just the ego of the person that you're working for. There's also a huge ecosystem of high egos that are all around all the time. And there's people who have sort of created celebrity off of a celebrity. So always contending with a million egos, not stepping on the wrong toes and knowing who's who and who cares about what. It's a lot of pandering. Number five, time wasting. There are so many layers of complexity and complication when it comes to very high net worth and high profile people. They have layers of people, staff, security, partners. They all come with their own politics. Something that you have to navigate, and it wastes a ton of time in terms of getting shit done. Legal, everything has a legal aspect. You're constantly trying to watch your back, watch their back, protect their interests. It's very important, but it is one of the lows. Unconventional environment. They live kind of by their own rules. Yes, they have to go by the law, but they have sort of their own rules when it comes to doing life. And a lot of people pander to that because they're important enough. In terms of management and development, you're just not going to find it. You're more likely to get thrown in the deep end and have to learn on the job and just figure out who's who and what's what as you go. Next, there's really only one boss. You have influence depending on how much responsibility you have and how important you become to that boss and how much trust is developed, but you never have control. It's never your decision. You're always deferring, and there really is only ever one talent and one boss. Next, playing gatekeeper, a huge part of the job. Everybody wants a piece of these people, favors to do deals with them. Everybody wants them to invest. You are constantly playing gatekeeper, bouncer, and mediator. And people respond very differently depending on their ego and emotional landscape when it comes to any kind of rejection or not getting what they want. People just go a little crazy around fame, and they kind of lose their shit sometimes, and they lose their manners, and even professionalism. So you have to deal with that all the time, and you have to sort of keep it at a very professional level. So sometimes you have to respond to highly unprofessional, unfair behavior with very professional stance, and that can be challenging. Culture. The values are just unlikely to be completely aligned with yours. The culture is determined by the person or the people at the top, and you just go with it. These are highly important people who've acquired their fame and success and celebrity over time, and they are an entity in and of themselves. And for me personally, there were a lot of things that I didn't love about that. It didn't feel in alignment with my values. But how you think things should be done or people should be treated, people should behave, it may not be the case, and there aren't the same checks and balances that there would be in a major corporation. So those are the downsides, to be perfectly honest about working in that environment. There you have it. All right, I gotta go because I'm getting cold and I want to get on the lift. Good chat. I'm gonna go to Whole Foods, I'm starving, and grab a quick bite, and then I'm gonna finish the rest of the story. Thank you for joining me for the chairlift. That was so much fun. Let's get a move on. Yeah, I'm sitting on an old antique tractor to tell you this part of the story, which seems sort of fitting, the lifestyle of the rich and famous. And now I'm at a farm on an antique tractor. What I was doing was working as chief financial officer at a really prestigious, high-profile family office. The way I got the job, through my sort of network in my circle, I made this connection, and I think I made a good first impression, and then I had the talent and the skills and the experience to back it up, and that's how I ended up getting hired. Of course, when an opportunity like that comes across your desk, you jump at it. I started out initially managing venture capital investments and then moved up to chief financial officer. I was doing very big deals, investments on their behalf, mostly venture capital, and managing brand endorsements and partnerships. It was a gift and an honor. I could do a whole video on etiquette and how to get hired by celebrities and high profile people. If you guys want that, just put something in the comments or let me know what your questions are, because there is definitely a very specific protocol and etiquette when it comes to that world. So, okay, Whole Foods. The number one question I always get about celebrities is, and working for celebrities, is what are they like? So what they are like is human beings, and human beings are a range. There are some that are unbelievable divas. There are others that are ridiculously down to earth, and everything in between. Much more human and normal behind the scenes and behind closed doors than you would think. Entourage and people around at all times, so that's one big difference. Usually they have worked incredibly hard to get to where they are. Working around the clock, they're always moving and shaking. They have dealt with a ton of rejection and betrayal. You know, everybody wants a piece of you. They end up getting very guarded, kind of for good reasons, often quite magnetic. Master manifestors. If you are famous, it was probably written in the stars, literally. It's probably in your birth chart somewhere. Typically know they're in the room before you even see them, because you can feel the energy. There is just a buzz when they're around, and you can just tell that there's something powerful there. And that's the reason why they've manifested these huge careers and these huge followings, and they have true star quality. Some people just have it. They can be mercurial, of course. They can be super moody, do things their way, and they kind of get their way, but it really just depends on the person and the celebrity. There's never a dull moment, that's for sure. I'm gonna go home and take my groceries. So there you have that part of my story. What do you gain? What do you lose? What does life look like on the other side? And was it all worth it? I'm still finding out, but I am 100% sure that it was the right move for me. The number one reason why I left it all behind was because I wanted freedom. It got to the point where I valued freedom above all of the other benefits, perks, bells and whistles. I wanted to own my destiny, to make a living off of myself and build my own brand and brand equity and be able to write checks on that instead of be so reliant on somebody else and so misaligned in terms of mission, purpose, values ultimately. I bought freedom and I let go of a lot of security, but I think I'm building a kind of security that I can really count on and rely on. I'm in this place of total raw creation, building from scratch without a plan, without a diagram, without a blueprint, and just doing it brick by brick. It is a total paradigm shift, coming completely from the heart and from a place of intuition and divine guidance. And it's exciting. You'll see me go through ups and downs, and I'm sure there will be tears, many tears. I'll show you. I am grateful to you for watching. I'm sending you love and good vibes, and I want to see you succeed and go reach your dreams. Go for it, and you've got my vote on you. I am going to go and enjoy the rest of my evening. I will see you very soon. Ciao.